Welcome to Working Remote with Bluebeam. We're here with Erin, who's a construction solutions director at Suffolk Construction. So for those who don't know and maybe haven't already read some of the other stories we've done on the Bluebeam blog, you oversee in the Los Angeles office this state-of-the-art CoLab, which is just this incredible facility. What has it been like going from operating in that kind of state-of-the-art environment every day to being what looks like a really fun space with a cool keyboard in the background? Are you tickling the
Yeah.
ivories a little bit in your spare time?
In terms of the CoLab, I know it's kind of funny. I'm surrounded by instruments instead of tech now in the space, but what's really nice about the CoLab and the tech that we have in here, and I've been really thrilled to see this outcome, is that the strength of the space and the tech and what's in there is that it can all be accessed remote anyway. So, for example, the job site feeds, anybody has access to those at Suffolk to just take a look at what's happening day to day on the site. So we have those capabilities still with the data wall. All of our dashboards, of course, are available on the web. So those are still all tracking real-time information, and everybody has access to those. And also with the data wall and all the different tools that we use, it's been great to see how we've been able to apply a lot of the solutions that have come up through the labs out to the job sites digitally. So we're doing things like remote job walks through different technologies. And it's just really nice to see that strength kind of shine through.
Outside of the obvious differences of using CoLab technology remotely, in specifically to review, have you noticed a different sort of usage now that most team members are remote? Are you using it more? Are you using it less? Are you using it in different ways that you didn't expect?
Yeah, I see, a spike in the interest of studio, of course, because that really leverages the collaboration piece with the field, and just being able to log in and see something in real time and on your plan sheets, right, is just very powerful. And what's also interesting is that the overall adoption, I would say, of digital tools and Bluebeam especially has increased. One of our controllers doing some home renovation projects said, "Hey, why don't I learn a little bit more about this Bluebeam tool? I'm trying to draw up some plans." They were kind of trying to sketch it a different way and wasn't coming out so well, so they took the time to learn Bluebeam, create a really nice document with layers that show their whole plan for the development project they were working on. So it's just really cool to see that, with being forced to be all remote and all digital, end users that we wouldn't traditionally think of rolling out software to or these solutions to are kind of picking it up and running with it.
By and large, how has the team adapted to working from home?
It's been interesting because there has and hasn't been a fair amount of adaptation. So, in terms of speaking just about the CoLab team, we already were a fully remote team because we're in all different regional offices. So, for us, it really just meant maybe a couple more frequent check-in calls with, of course, our job sites. It's regional variations with how we're adjusting. So some regions are shut down where construction is not essential. But for example, in LA, it's essential, which is just an incredible thing that we are having our job site personnel kind of overcome a lot of challenges with this crisis. So they've had a lot of adjustments in terms of like safety protocol and how do we effectively and safely do what it is that they need to do day to day while also communicating back with those of us that are stay at home.
Now that you've had a taste of working, remote and from home on a somewhat full-time, more sustainable basis, is this something you'd want to do permanently, or are you eager to get back into an office environment?
Um, yeah. Well, I guess perspective on that, I like the flexibility and being able to control my schedule a little bit more, but I miss the job sites. I miss being there in person to support the teams. I miss hearing from people directly what their thoughts are on things. Yes, I do want to get back. I do want to get out there and get back to a point where we can actually interact with each other. That'd be fantastic. But there's a lot to be considered with this new normal of remote work. I think we're finding that it's quite possible to still be productive with all the digital capabilities that we have in the world today.
Wonderful. Well, thanks, Erin, for joining us. This has been a really fun conversation. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for the invite. And I just want to say thanks to all of our essential workers that are out there with, some of our sites still being open and having either skeleton crews that are just really trying to make it happen. And of course, all our health workers that are day in and day out the heroes of our time.